Capricorns, welcome to the True Mind Tarot channel. My name is Julie and I'm here to do a love reading for the month of August. Capricorn, what is up for you? I feel a light energy with you. You're earthy, but it feels light. Like you are maybe taking a break, or maybe you're in need of a break. Also feels like the cards are very chatty. Cards are all jumping out. Okay, what is up for Capricorn in regards to love? Using the Rider-Waite deck here. What's up for Capricorn in regards to love? Okay, I have 3 cards here. Page of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. This is the past energy, dynamic, and 10 of Wands. That's interesting because that is a typical Capricorn energy, like hardworking, I'd say. Let's see what else we have. Tower moment in reverse. And Hierophant in reverse. What else? Judgment in reverse. Wow, Capricorn, for the current energy you have 3 major arcanas here, all in reverse. It looks like you and your person are going through a huge shift that is shifting your paradigm, shifting how you look at the world, shifting how you look at one another and how you look at relationships in general. And it looks like you may be waking up. It also looks like there may be some sort of resistance, especially for your person. I think your tower moment is kind of expected. It looks like your person is still like, I feel like your person may have been working real hard all her or his life, bringing some sort of moment. Like personally for me, a burnout was definitely a moment that I started to wake up. Start to wake up to self-care, start to wake up to self-love, start to wake up to unity consciousness. But definitely like the burnout and consequential, or not consequential, but also a very dramatic breakup, where I was carrying the load as well, at least in my experience. I don't know how it was for my partner, but they were definitely moments that I had been resisting to wake up all along, while universe was sending me messages all along. But instead of looking at it and learning something, I just kept going. And so it may be that your partner is going through a similar kind of process, where there is, the universe is kind of just like yelling at your person, and your person just kind of keeps going. Or this may be you, the roles may be reversed. Let's just see what's in the upcoming energy, and then we'll have then we'll just go back to everything. King of Wands has been showing up a lot during these readings. 2 of Cups in reverse has been showing up as well, and Temperance, interesting. And I feel like, I think whatever shifts you're experiencing, and of course there are major shifts happening in the world currently, I feel like since you already started to explore this, Capricorn, in your recent past, whatever shift is happening now, you may have expected it in some sort of way, because you started to explore outside of the mainstream, out of the box, started to explore some things. And I also like the dynamic of, I think this dynamic between you and your person, where there may have been some sort of pushing and pulling between being in the waves of 3D life, where things just have to be done, and where we may be tempted to be lived by our schedule. And it does look like, I do feel like this is what you are starting to explore, to step out of this cycle of already always like this little bit of like the hamster wheel of being in a worker bee energy where you just like live to work so you can live, like, and it just, you never really get to the things that you really want to do because you're just trapped in this energy. And it looks like your person may be fully engaged in this energy, always picking up the load. It may even be, if you are in a connection where you start to kind of drop the ball, that your person is picking it up because your person is used to pick it up. And you are kind of just exploring how it is to pick up the ball. An undesired effect may be that your person is taking more load than is necessary. Just to make it very practical, in case like you may be living together, for example, and you start to, maybe you were very eager and very disciplined in cleaning the house, for example. Maybe you have together a regiment where you start to be where you start to listen to your needs. So maybe after a day of work or hanging out with friends, instead of doing the dishes that you have left, no, this is not a good example because this person would have already done the dishes. That's what I mean. Instead of doing, like, okay, this is the actual example of my own life. I used to have a partner and we would come back from a nice dinner party or whatever, and once we got back home, the first thing he would do would be like doing the laundry. And maybe if he didn't do the laundry, maybe I would do it. But like I hadn't done the laundry, so he would always do the laundry because I didn't do it at the moment that he wanted it to be done. It's very karmic and very lived by external factors. And I feel like Capricorn, perhaps you are exploring listening to your own needs instead of listening to what is supposed to be. So there is a Hierophant, there is this shift, the collective shift where the patriarchy is tumbling down, is shifting. We're moving away to a more feminine energy where we are listening to how we nourish ourselves and how we take care of ourselves, stepping away from knowing, stepping more towards wisdom. And yeah, like I already said, like there are 3 major arcanas here, they're all in reverse. I feel like because there's this shift of the patriarchy, of course, for you, the paradigm is tumbling down, but it's just not as heavy because you've already kind of been exploring that timeline in your mind. And then for your person, where there is the invitation to step into a new paradigm, it looks like that your person may have a little bit trouble to really step into that. Let's see what is in the projected future. There is something, I really like how we're moving from this Two of Pentacles, to the Two of Cups. So this is from the do, very masculine energy actually, just like reacting constantly, to feeling and being in touch. And this is where the divine masculine and divine feminine are becoming, like, coming in union. It's still in reverse though. I think it is in reverse because you still need to figure out how that is going to look like in a new paradigm, because we're still shifting. So whatever, like, we're stepping into a void, right? Like, we're still looking. In the patriarchy, we have learned how a union between a divine feminine and divine masculine, and I'm not talking about gender here, how a union of 2 souls, how that looks like. And it is in reverse because we still cannot quite visualize or imagine or fully surrender to what a union may look like in a new paradigm. It looks like your person is doing like there's a saying in Dutch and it's the same in English, to pour some water in the wine. So it's actually to dilute it. And I think your person is slowly but steadily getting used to the new way of living, and I do have a feeling it may have something to do with the pace of life that is slowing down, and where your person is maybe starting to leave some of those ones behind, not always picking up all the mess of other people and making the load lighter, and really starting to listen to their own inner self, what they need, in a very balanced way. There's also 2 cups, right? I just like this synchronicity where there's just like a chemical process between these 2 cups that's also happening here. So your person, maybe you also become a little bit more accustomed and start to tune in into what you want, and instead of kind of being just rebelling against patriarchy, you find a balance within yourself too, with the help of your partner, to keep doing the things that need to be done, because we're still living in this 3D life. Laundry still needs to be done, but it's coming from a different place. Maybe instead of it being just a chore that needs to be done, maybe it becomes a very loving activity that you do together in a very passionate way, with the King of Wands energy. So you're really moving, it looks like, Capricorn, you're moving from a little bit more of a beginner's mind, a little bit more of a younger energy, into a matured energy of a King of Wands. And I really like the wands here, because collectively there is a waking up into the 5D, or like stepping into the 5D. I guess 5D awareness, like really stepping into the emotional body. And once we're stepping into the emotional body, this is where we can heal our emotional wounds, our inner child wounds, our parent wounds, our ancestral wounds. Once those are cleared, we no longer operate from a wounded ego story, and this is where it becomes very clear what makes us happy and what we really like to do, and we're no longer operating from karma. So for me, this really shows a very matured person who is ready to do what makes their heart sing and really step into that 6D awareness. I don't know, there's just a beautiful energy for you, Capricorn. I feel like you're both awakening. You're starting to work together and start to figure out how a connection looks like in 6D. What is a 6D relationship? Tell us, Capricorn, because it looks like you are going to figure it out with your person, or your person with you, depending how you look at it. Do I want to clarify something? Yes, I do want to see more about the judgment for your person, or it is you. The rules are reversed. Why is judgment in reverse for Capricorn? Why is judgment in reverse for Capricorn? I think I just want to validate it, just want to confirm. Judgment. Feeling excited. I felt excited before and I still feel excited. Like it just feels so much lighter, you know, just the joy of just letting go of that load. Not that I want to be irresponsible. Page of Wands. Yeah. I mean, this is almost the opposite of this energy. This is just somebody who is not even willing to explore how it is to just hold one wand, right? Just one responsibility. Keep it playful. But very much like, when does passion turn into responsibility and heaviness? Responsibility doesn't have to be heavy, but when does it turn heavy? When does something that you really like, when does it turn into a chore? And when does a chore turn into something that you really love doing? It all has to do with intention and energy that you project onto it, I guess. Okay, just see, the Knight of Wands is peeking out. Lots of fiery energy with you. Want to see, okay, this one is already coming out. New birth guarded vigilantly. Guarded vigilantly. New birth guarded vigilantly. Give me a minute, I just have to get the book. Yeah, let's read this. There's something with growth and green and butterflies, as you can see, and the green is usually something about the heart space. I think it's connected to like what makes our heart sing. New birth guarded vigilantly. Just really like, yeah, whatever is new is kind of fragile. You need to take care of it. Like with temperance, don't just, if something new is born, like this fragile plant, you don't already start to harvest everything, right? Because then it won't grow. But also you don't want to overnourish it by like giving too much water. Just kind of have to be patient to let it unfold. Let's see what it says. 24:4. In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, yeah, that's a tower moment, that's that paradigm shift, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is a foal learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be by any other way. So I really see that full energy that's starting to learn how to walk is this soulmate energy, or this Two of Cups energy, where you're figuring out how it is to be in an intimate relationship in a new way, in this new paradigm that is out of the patriarchy, out of codependency, out of being bound by feeling guilty, or out of fear of rejection, out of not being able to set healthy boundaries. Let's see what else. There's a fresh new life emerging like a vibrant green shoot rising up from the earth. This could be a new relationship that needs tending with interest and kindness. Yeah, that's where that page energy comes in. It could be a new idea that you need to nurture into fullness because it is going to hold special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, or a new way of being in the world. It's all of that. That's why there's that tower moment that you need to tend to until it becomes more natural for you to embody. Let's see if there's anything else that I'd like to read out. Oh yeah, I'd like to read this out. This oracle also brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, or your own body into which you retreat in relaxation or meditation. I think this is very important because how many of us have lost ourselves or our body or our boundaries in relationships out of fear of being abandoned or being rejected? And how does a relationship look like if you really know what you need and to keep your body sacred? And somebody talked on a podcast on Merced Net from Meredith about sex and woo, or woo and sex. It's really like spiritual sexuality. It's really important to explore that as well. And maybe that's part of the 6D. To explore the sexuality. I don't know if I can say this on YouTube. We will see. I let them know this is not made for children. Okay, well, Capricorn, I am very excited for you. It feels light, and it feels like you are able to maintain some sort of lightness, although things are collapsing all around you, and maybe people are feeling the drama of things collapsing around them as well. But although things are collapsing around you, you are not taking it personally. Why? And that is why it doesn't feel heavy. So keep that playfulness, but also just take care and nourish what you have found. It's very valuable, and if you do so, it will also help your person and your other loved ones to hold that space for themselves. Okay, Capricorn, hope you are well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!